Or yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and today, this year, Halloween 2022, I actually defeated the Pumpking on my first attempt. I actually recorded this footage just in case last year's strategy worked, and it did. So this is kind of my reviewing, my post commentary of my strategy following last year's strategy. Check out last year's guide. I'll be linking that in the description below, and it should work pretty well this year. I will say I only beat it once. I do not know if this strategy is consistent, so I want to make that super clear. But with this strategy, I was able to defeat the Pumpkin first try, which is a pretty good telltale sign at the very least. So first things first, we start off very similar to last year with Chandelure, Typhlosion, and Crocodile. The three most important moves on these Pokemon are going to be Shadow Ball, Eruption, and Assurance. Having that Assurance on that Crocodile is super nice. Having a 120 base power stab dart type move is super important when it's hitting second after the Eruption. Now, Ghost Gem, Shadow Ball on Chandelure is super important. These first couple turns are literally super easy. You just attack. That's all you do. You have Choice Band Crocodile, Choice Specs Typhlosion, and then Ghost Gem, Shadow Ball, Chandelure, and you just attack it. And once again, if you want a proper, full, in-depth guide, my last year's guide will be linked in the description below, and that is like a proper guide breaking down each turn and everything and explaining, why you do this and why you do that, etc., etc. The most important thing here in battle number 2, so there's 3 phases to this boss fight. In phase number 2, you always want to make sure you safeguard turn 1 with Chandelure. That's the most important thing. Safeguard turn 1 here with Chandelure, and then you're safe to just go ahead and Eruption and attack with your Crocodile. Now on phase 3, you are going to need 2 extra use items. You're going to need 2 X specials per battle. So a little bit of cost goes into that, but really good profit on this. Like it costs 1 candy to battle, which is like 25k at the moment. It's crazy. You get 5 goodie bags for completing this battle. So here he tries to put you to sleep with Fever Dreams, which would put all of your Pokemon to sleep, but Safeguard protects you. So that's why it's so crucial. Take a little bit of damage from Entangling Vines, but it's not really a big deal. You're able to out DPS him. Now, phase 3 is where things got really complicated. I'll probably put it on 1.5 times speed at some point. Phase 3 is where things got really complicated and didn't go the same way as last year. Maybe it's because my Crocodile isn't good enough. My Crocodile doesn't have a plus attack nature. It's 31 attack, 31 speed, and then hardy nature. I actually think that if my Croc had that proper nature, that this fight would have been a lot easier. So maybe like that 10% damage increase might have fixed phase 3. So we'll kind of analyze that. I mean, here it is right here, phase 3. We're literally only 3 minutes into this video or so, and we're already at phase 3. That's how fast this battle is. You can really crank out these Pumpkin battles like 1 every 5 minutes or so if you're really efficient about it. Now, here's the most important thing. On phase 3, you want to go ahead and use X special on your Chandelure's turn and X special on your Crocodile's turn on your Typhlosion. So you're getting your Typhlosion to +4 special attack. You'll see me do that here. I use an X special on my Typhlosion, and then I go to my next step, which is using Eruption on my Typhlosion, and then I X special on my Typhlosion again from my Croc's turn. Being able to use items like on different Pokemon's turn, be able to use them to buff up your Typhlosion, it's very powerful. So I get my special attack to +4 on Typhlosion, and a huge Eruption comes out just doing insane damage. Now, the big thing that hurt this phase for me, and I'm gonna get essentially stopped here, and my process really gets hurt. He Phantom Strikes my Typhlosion, which is brutal because my Typhlosion is so much of my damage right now since I went ahead and took 2 turns to buff him up to +4. Like, losing out on this much damage is crucial. So things do get really elongated here. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised this battle ended up working. I'm actually going to put this on 2 times speed because essentially what happens here is I just end up not having enough damage for a while, and I end up being able to squeak out the damage. It was a pretty close battle by the end of things. I'll put on 1.5 times speed, but he ends up taking out my Typhlosion. I'm slowly weakening him, but now there's another huge issue that comes into play in the fact that my Crocodile's Assurance is no longer doubled because Typhlosion was the only Pokemon on my team that was faster than it. So now I can't double my assurances to 120 base power. Now they're just a 60 base power assurance. And I just end up doing so little damage here. It's actually crazy. Like, looking at the first couple turns, I feel like you do less damage to him based on his total percent HP or something. Because look at this. These damage numbers are pathetic. He takes out my Chandelure, which isn't a big deal. I bring in my Blastoise. My Water Spout Blastoise did put in a lot of work here. I was really pleasantly surprised by what a good backup Water Spout Blastoise was. Now, once again, if you have a proper Crocodile with like 31 attack and 31 speed, like you probably can do this with the Adamant nature or some sort of attack nature. Probably need Adamant, Lonely, or Naughty. A plus attack nature Crocodile probably changes this fight a ton. I think it'd probably be consistent with that. Although, I mean, you still encounter the issue here of your Typhlosion going down. So I don't know a fix to make this strategy more consistent. This is the same strategy as last year, although this year he just happened to Phantom Strike my Typhlosion in the middle, I guess. I don't know if there's a way around that. I don't know if there's a way to fix that, but that's, this is how it went, I guess. This was just my first battle. I still have a lot more testing to do, obviously, but there is an untradeable reward as well. So if you're looking for that untradeable vanity reward, last year the Mages had, look at his HP here, 4%. He's so close to going down. If you don't know, the Pumpkin actually makes your Pokemon, like, eventually have to run away. Like, puts fear into them, and after 3 turns or so, they have to, like, run away or something and bring a new Pokemon in. I kind of wish I Ice Sharded here, but I don't think it actually would have changed anything if I remember correctly. Go ahead and Ice Steel Crash. He uses Harvest. I don't know if I would just Ice Shard there if it kills. Maybe I should have just Ice Sharded. I just don't know if I can. I doubt I can do 4% damage with my Mamoswine. I'm not sure. That might have been a misplay, but it's tough to tell. It's crazy how little damage you do. Like, look at my Ice Steel Crash. My Ice Steel Crash did like 5% or something there. It was something insanely low. And it's insane that I just don't kill him here. Like, my Eruption from Torkoal does nothing. It really just becomes a damage thing. Like, you need to be able to output disgusting amounts of damage to be able to kill this thing. And he's constantly reaping Pokemon out of your inventory. You see how my Chandelure is just gone from my inventory? It doesn't actually get rid of the Pokemon. It essentially just removes it from the battle so it can't be revived. These are all sort of mechanics from the Pumpkin. These are all the same mechanics as last year. Although, last year, I didn't get to upload a Pumpkin guide until literally the last day. So I felt super guilty. This year, I am able to upload a Pumpkin guide essentially the first day, or, yeah, essentially first day, second night, something of this, maybe tomorrow morning, something of the sort, but not the best format for a guide. If you want a proper guide, once again, check out that video linked in the description below. But it's cool to see the footage, and it's cool to see me completing the Pumpkin for the first time in 2022. And I first tried it, which is super nice. So I do take him out there with I do Ice Shard. He was at 1.1% HP, and I was actually scared that Ice Shard wouldn't take him out there. Now, if you survive, I don't have to kill these 2 minions. The fact that I defeated the Pumpkin and survive until the end of turn, that wins the battle itself. So I get a Paladin's Shield, which is the same vanity you see the people around me in game wearing. It's a batch slot item. Pretty cool item in my opinion. And then I go ahead and show off the Pokemon I used. So if you're wondering what the movesets looked like, and the items and everything. Choice Specs Typhlosion with Eruption, Chandelure with Ghost Gem and Shadow Ball and Safeguard, Water Spout, Choice Specs Blastoise, Torkoal was just another thing I had. And then the Mamoswine was really just like a level 100 Pokemon I had in my boxes. It was level 100 competitive Pokemon that I had in my boxes, so I just grabbed it. You should be able to consistently do this strat with pretty much just Typhlosion, Krook, and Chandelure at some point. I don't know the tweaks needed. I don't know if you have to have Adamant Nature. My Krook is 31 attack, 31 speed. My Typhlosion is 31 special attack, 26 speed. And then I think my Chandelure is, I can actually check it in game really quick. You know what? Let's go ahead and just show in game. I can just show you guys the live footage. I can see my Chandelure stats are 30 special attack, 27 speed. So we're not quite 31. We're also docile nature on the Chandelure. So yeah, I think that if you were like perfect Pokemon, like if you were modest nature on this Chandelure and the Krook was adamant, I think this fight would have gone a lot better. I think it would have been a lot more plausible. So that's the strategy. That's what I used to defeat the Pumpkin first try. Pretty freaking fantastic. Really happy to see that. You can see my nice little Paladin's Shield. Hopefully this video was helpful. I want everyone to be able to get this Paladin's Shield, and I want as many people as possible to be able to defeat the Pumpkin this year. Like the video if it was helpful. Subscribe for daily PokeMMO content. Check out the Discord link down below for candy callouts during the entirety of the event. And I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.